Hey ladies, okay, so it's Setup Sunday. We're just about to get started on our fitness, nutrition, just life journey starting tomorrow. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about food today and how the group's going to kind of work with that because I was reading some of your posts and just seeing where you're struggling on things. And I just want to first of all just tell you to breathe. This is going to be a process. And this first week of the group, we're going to be reading our book and talking and discussing all that kind of stuff. And we're going to be working out. But the first week is just about learning and starting to develop better habits and changing one thing out for another. And as we talk about food this week, I'm just going to be sharing different tips, things that you might not know about reading labels and food in general and like this whole diet culture, all that kind of stuff, just giving you the knowledge because I think sometimes we really want to be healthy and we really want to do things. But at least what I've noticed is I didn't know, like there were things that I didn't know. And it wasn't until I got the knowledge was I able to change things. So this first week is about giving you the knowledge and then setting little goals and changing one thing at a time. And then also leading this whole thing from the right perspective, that we aren't beating ourselves up, that we aren't just forcing ourselves to be so regimented with a diet that we're not dealing with stuff underneath. Because a lot of times food problems have to do with maybe our schedules are super unbalanced. Maybe there's emotional eating involved. Maybe there's stress involved. Whatever it is, if we don't take care of those things first, 2 months down the line, you're going to go right back to where you were. And maybe that's the kind of diet or, health food thing you've been on before. So I really want to help you guys have that success. So let me just go over a quick few things, and I'd love to hear your feedback on this. And I'll say this too, as I'm sharing things in the group and as we're sharing things in the group, the more that you can interact, the more you can comment and be a part of this, the more that you're going to get out of it. I know that we all, like some of us work, some of us are stay-at-home moms, we're busy, okay? We can't hang out in a group all the time. But if you can take a chance once or twice a day just to come in and to reflect and to really think about this stuff, because you're investing in you. And part of this is the self-care, and that takes time. And you are worth spending, 15 minutes a day in, investing and thinking and reflecting on things, because I want you to have that healing and I want you to have that success and that joy that comes from feeling like, yeah, I've got control of my life again. So the first thing I said, we're going to be doing learning posts, and every day there's going to be a post pinned to the top of the group. Make sure that you look for that and comment on that. The next thing is I'm going to challenge you guys to, just this week, is to really focus on breakfast, okay? I actually got to go to a natural path when I was having a hard time getting pregnant with my second child, and it was really cool listening to her. And I've actually worked with nutritionists before too. And one of the things that just diet culture tells us is like, we need fast, quick breakfast. Maybe just don't eat breakfast. Maybe we skip it. Maybe we just want like a shake in the morning, whatever it is. We don't focus on that. And so just a quick little background of that. When you wake up in the morning, your metabolism has been asleep all night. And the goal is to get it going efficiently. And it's also helping to regulate our hormones for the day and just how we are going to function throughout the day. So whether you're going to have sugar cravings or sugar crashes, whether your body's going to function really well, whether you're going to have hormone issues or not. And that doesn't always have to just do with fertility. It's other things too. And that's like weight loss and holding on to weight and all that kind of stuff too. So the biggest, most important thing that I focus on in the morning is eating real food. Not just a quick grab and go, just I'm going to have my coffee and, some prepackaged bagel or whatever, but eat real food. Make sure that breakfast is that first meal of the day. It's the way, it's like starting your day off fresh, okay? And so when you eat your breakfast, try your best to have a mix of good, healthy carbohydrates with protein and fat. And that helps regulate your blood sugars so that it goes up to get you energy, and then it sustains it. So it's not like having those quick crashes and dips, which mess with your metabolism, which also mess with just your energy for the day. So I mentioned in the other video some different breakfasts that I have. So try some of those. I sent you guys just some meal ideas for breakfast and all that stuff. So do that. And sometimes it's just simple. Like I have the same thing every day for breakfast because it's easy. Whatever's going to be easy and convenient for you and make it work, do that. Okay. The 21-day fix, if you don't have the booklet yet, if you go on the Beachbody On Demand and go to the 21-day fix and go to the program materials and you look at their food list, they give you some great ideas for different healthy carbs and fats and proteins to be having. You can make meals out of that. Just a quick tip with that. The food ingredients at the beginning of the list are the ones that are more nutrient rich. And then as you go down lower, those are the ones that are less healthy. So work on that this week, okay? And I want to see you in the group. I want to see a picture of your breakfast every day. Or if you don't have time to take a picture, just write a little post and say, this is what I had for breakfast, and just work on accountability for breakfast this week. If you want to have your Shakeology for breakfast, that's totally cool. It's got a really great balance of those vitamins and minerals and proteins and carbs and stuff. And I kind of posted in the group how I made that today. So you could do that. The next thing is just work on movement this week. Find just this week, I don't want you, if you want to ready, like you're ready to start committing on your workout program already, like go for it. Start day one on Monday. That's great if you've already chosen one. If not, and you're like, oh, I just kind of want to move, pick and play with stuff this week and just like allow yourself to have fun and to set a goal of I'm going to move for 30 minutes every single day. The next one I want you to work on, and I'm going to share this a little bit later, is reading labels. Just becoming aware of what food is made of. Like if I eat like mostly at this point fruits and vegetables, dairy products, meat, and bread. And so for mine, like I don't have a ton of labels to read on my things because they don't come in a package necessarily, but that took me a while to get there. So just when you're buying, when you're using something, if it's a can out of the, if it's dressing, if it's prepackaged, whatever, just take some time to familiarize yourself with what you're eating. Say, oh, I've never seen that. What's that? Just to kind of become aware of what you're putting in your body. And we'll talk more about this week. And then Thursday of this week, we'll talk about meal planning because I know a lot of you said, oh, I really struggle with this. So we're going to work on that this week. Just kind of keep doing what you're doing. And focusing on that. So the last thing I want to ask is, how are you guys with cooking? How many of you actually like cook dinner every single night, or you cook a breakfast? And how did you grow up? Did you grow up in a family that cooking a dinner every night was something that your mom did, or your dad did, or was that something that you guys kind of just did grab and go stuff? You kind of ate on your own. Like, what was mealtime like for you as a family? And then the last thing I was going to ask, how is your relationship with food? Do you feel like it's kind of neutral food? You just eat it because you need energy and you got to go? Or do you find yourself stress eating? Are you an emotional eater? Are you somebody who feels like there's good food and there's bad food? Like, do you feel like you're always thinking about food? What is that relationship with food? Because the more we can talk about that, the more we can realize, oh my gosh, wow, I'm not alone in this. And I'll have some posts in the groups about that, but really kind of start reflecting on that. So anyways, girls, I'm so excited for this. Tomorrow morning, what I want you to do is just open your app first thing in the morning, look at the pinned post and see what we're kind of talking about today. And then when you do your workout, take a picture or just make a post, and you should be able to log your workout in the Challenge Tracker app. Say how you felt about it. And if it was awesome, share that. If it totally sucked and you felt like you were ridiculous, share that, because we're all going to feel like that. And the more that we can share that, the better. If your dog was climbing all over you and licking you in your face, that's great. Share that, okay? And then try to come in tomorrow at some point and share what you had for breakfast as that accountability partner post. And then we're going to be doing stuff with our books, okay? I know some of you guys are reading the parenting book. Some of you guys are reading another book. If you want to share little notes that you're like, oh my gosh, I loved this, come share that. And then once a week, we're going to have on Wednesdays just a book talk day. So we're going to talk, okay, this is what we've been reading on this, so that we can kind of have those discussions. But if you're struggling with your kids or something in your life during the day, just come share that. Or if you have a really positive moment with your kids based on something you read or just a circumstance, come share that. You guys can post videos in the group, whatever you want, but this is an open discussion community about that. And I'm not going to make things like super, I don't know, like structured, because, you know, we live busy lives. We can't just like, we're not in school, like following a regimented schedule. So that's what you want to do, is just come in and be a part of that discussion. I will be reaching out to you guys once or twice a week through personal message through Facebook. You guys can message me anytime you need, but anytime you have a question, if you can come into the app group, that'd be awesome, because I bet there's going to be somebody else with that same question. Please be an encourager and love on each other as well. You know what? We're doing this journey together, and there's something about being in a community that helps you feel like you're part of something. And when you can support other people, it's kind of cool how it helps, you know, in turn helps you as well. So I'm so excited, guys. Drop a comment below. Give me some reflection stuff. If you forgot the questions I asked you earlier, I was just asking you to really think about like what cooking was like for you, what your relationship with food was like for you, and just kind of, I don't know, your feedback. Like, are you guys ready to go, and how are you doing? So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.